All right, let's get straight to it. This is a critical briefing from March 31, 2026. Right now, the geopolitical landscape is shifting at, frankly, an unprecedented speed. We're talking about everything from sleeper cells in our own capital to the very brink of total war in West Asia. The world is moving incredibly fast, and we've got a massive intelligence update for you.
And I have to tell you, you need to stay till the end, because some shocking things I am going to reveal in this video. The connections we're about to uncover are absolutely critical. Okay, let's get back to the briefing.
So here's our intelligence breakdown for today. We're going to look at the world on the edge, the threat of internal destabilization, and what's happening in West Asia. Then we'll cover asymmetric warfare, India's response, and finally, the strategic outlook for 2026. It's a lot, so let's get started.
All right, let's get into the thick of it. We are tracking multiple, and I mean multiple, critical situations across the globe right now. And each one carries huge implications. But the real story, as you're about to see, is how they're all deeply, deeply intertwined.
So our first threat vector hits close to home. We're talking about a direct threat to internal security. And look, this isn't some theoretical exercise. This is about the real, operational dismantling of a very sophisticated cross-border terror module right here in our nation's capital. And what this case reveals is, frankly, a chilling evolution in enemy tactics.
Okay, let's look at the case file. The subject is Shabir Ahmed Lone. And you need to understand, this guy is not some low-level operative. He's a seasoned LAT commander with a long history. Yeah, he was arrested before, but his escape in 2019, that was a critical turning point. He didn't just disappear. No, he set up a whole new front, using DACA as a launchpad to radicalize people and give them fake Aadhaar cards, fake Indian identities, and when he was nabbed in Ghazipura, he was carrying currency from 3 different nations. That right there confirms this is a multinational terror nexus we're dealing with.
Now this is where it gets really audacious. You might have heard about the Metro poster case. This wasn't just propaganda. Our intelligence confirms this was a deliberate test run. Think about that. It was a live reconnaissance mission designed to probe our urban defenses, find the gaps in our surveillance, and clock the reaction time of our security forces. This was a direct challenge, right on our own home turf.
And what this case file really confirms is the emergence of what analysts are now calling the triple front threat. And it is, believe me, a strategic nightmare. Why? Because these are no longer isolated incidents. We are now witnessing a fully coordinated strategy, linking terror in Kashmir, radicalization coming out of Bangladesh, and active sleeper cells in our major cities. It's like a hydra with 3 heads, and Shabir Ahmed Lone, he was the critical bridge, the one man connecting all 3 of those fronts.
But look, this internal threat, it doesn't exist in a vacuum. Everything is connected. So now we're going to shift our focus to West Asia, where a 30-day conflict is right on the verge of boiling over into a catastrophic full-scale war. And the rhetoric has just escalated to the presidential level, which could signal a point of no return. And there it is. President Trump issuing a direct, completely unambiguous ultimatum on social media. I mean, let's be clear. This is not diplomatic language. This is a clear signal of a potential shift to a total war doctrine. When you start talking about targeting civilian infrastructure, power plants, oil wells, you're moving way beyond military objectives. You're talking about national destruction. That word, obliterate, that is a clear red line. You know, this situation didn't just pop up overnight. This timeline shows just how rapid and dangerous this progression has been. Day 1, the conflict begins. By day 15, you see a massive U.S. naval buildup. Then, day 28, this is the big one. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. The world's oil supply is being strangled. And that single action is what directly triggered the president's threat just 2 days later. We are truly at a 0-hour moment here. And just to make this crisis even worse, there's been a stunning diplomatic blow. From inside NATO, of all places, Spain has officially closed its airspace to any U.S. warplanes involved in this conflict. You can imagine what a massive logistical headache that creates. Flights now have to be rerouted, they take longer, they burn more fuel, it puts a huge strain on the entire operation. And the big strategic question now is, will other NATO allies follow Spain's lead? Okay, so now we're going to turn to a completely different kind of threat. A non-traditional vector that operates entirely in the shadows. It doesn't need soldiers or missiles. We are talking about the weaponization of cryptocurrency for geopolitical influence. This is a whole new domain of asymmetric warfare.
So here's the central paradox, the question that needs answering. Pakistan's official reserves are empty. By all traditional metrics, the country is broke. And yet, somehow, they're managing to not just get a seat at the table in Washington, but they're claiming to be a key mediator in this whole Iran crisis. So how on earth is that possible?
Well, the answer, according to a pretty stunning Bloomberg expose, lies in something they're calling invisible lobbying. And it's orchestrated by this figure, Bilal bin Saqib. The strategy is, well, it's devious. Pakistan is leveraging assets it controls, like rare earth minerals and POK in Baluchistan. But here's the key, these deals aren't happening through normal channels. No, they're being funneled through a crypto platform that's directly linked to the Trump family's inner circle. They are literally buying influence with untraceable crypto assets, completely bypassing all traditional lobbying laws. What we're looking at here is a seriously dangerous evolution for their intelligence apparatus. This is essentially the birth of a digital ISI, an agency that can now use the anonymity of the blockchain for everything from untraceable money laundering to terror financing and secret political lobbying. This is a massive and incredibly hard-to-track threat to the whole region's stability.
So, in the face of all these threats piling up, India's strategic response, well, on this very day, March 31st, it's been a real mix of triumph and vulnerability. It really showcases both our strengths and, at the same time, our most critical weaknesses.
First, the good news. Today, GRSE achieved something truly historic. They delivered 3 frontline warships to the Indian Navy in a single day. I mean, that's unprecedented. We're talking about the INS Dunagiri, a stealth frigate armed with BrahMos, the INS Sanshodak, a crucial survey vessel, and the INS Agre, a dedicated submarine hunter. This is just a massive boost to our maritime power.
But, and this is a big but, this naval triumph is immediately tempered by a major roadblock in our aerial modernization program. See this number? 30,000 crore. That's the value of a critical UAV procurement that is now officially critically delayed. And this delay is just a stark reminder of how interconnected all of this stuff is. That 30,000 crore tender for 87 male UAVs, it's on hold. And why? Because our key tech partners in Israel, IAI and Elbit, are completely tied up in that West Asia conflict we just talked about. So the war over there is directly slowing down India's own defense modernization right here. It just exposes the massive vulnerability of relying on foreign partners.
So let's wrap this up. What's the key takeaway from all this intelligence? We've covered threats from inside our borders and from the outside, on land, at sea, and now in the digital domain. So what does the strategic landscape really look like moving forward from today, March 31st, 2026?
Well, what this briefing really highlights is a world of deeply interconnected threats. The triple front threat inside India, it's real and it's active. The West Asian conflict, it's hit a critical inflection point with global consequences. And these new asymmetric threats like crypto diplomacy, they are literally rewriting the rules. And finally, the big one for us. While our homegrown naval capability is a huge strength, our dependence on foreign partners for things like UAVs is a major vulnerability. It's exactly why exercises like Dweep Shakti for island defense are not just drills, they are absolutely essential preparations.
Look, this entire situation is fluid, it's evolving by the hour. To stay ahead of these developments and maintain situational awareness, make sure you're subscribed to this channel for the latest updates in strategic analysis. Trust me, you're going to want to.
So, we'll leave you with a question of the day, a real strategic dilemma. This UAV delay forces a very difficult choice. Should India wait for its foreign partners to become available, guaranteeing proven tech but leaving a critical capability gap open? Or should we fast-track our own indigenous drone program, accepting the initial risks and problems in order to achieve true self-reliance? What should be done? Let us know your analysis down in the comments. Jai Hind.